Desert Shores is more than just a house on a piece of land with a parking spot. It's a lifestyle.
We've met the most amazing people in our lives doing this because it's so much fun.
We just took a drive over here, drove in, fell in love with it the minute we drove in. Just perfect when we saw it.
Today we're at the most elite motor coach resort in California. It's an honor to be visiting Desert Shores. Darren, how you doing today, sir?
Doing great, Andrew. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, my pleasure. An honor to be here. I've heard about Desert Shores being the creme de la creme in the RV resort industry in California. What is so special about Desert Shores?
We've got a lot of great things going for us. It was all planned and developed by RV people, so they had a lot of foresight and things that they wanted to have done. So we have extremely huge lots, super private lots. Every lot sits on a waterfront location. We've got beautiful villas.
Yeah, and I really like that. Every RV lot here has a garage so folks can store their vehicles indoors, and this is really unlike anything I've ever seen, but this is an incredible area as well.
It is. So just within 5 to 10 minutes from our resort is everything you're ever going to want to go to. We've got fine dining, we've got great shopping, we've got box stores, we've got theaters, we've got hiking. Everything virtually that you'll ever want to do is within 5 to 10 minutes away from the resort.
And then you're also very close in proximity. I know the beach is less than a couple hours away.
Yeah, you're right. In fact, if you wanted to do a day trip directly from where we are right now, you're about an hour and a half to 2 hours from the beaches. We've got Big Bear Lake, which is about an hour and a half away. So that's great in the summertime when if anybody's still here during that period. But also if they like to ski, go sledding, bring the grandkids up that are visiting you while they're here. So it's a great little outlet too.
We're also not too far from Scottsdale, Arizona. I know the Barrett-Jackson is coming up soon.
Yeah, that's always a popular thing for our ownership. A lot of them travel down to Barrett-Jackson. It's an easy drive. It's a straight shot. It's only about 4.5 hours. Las Vegas as well. It's about 4.5 hour drive to Las Vegas. So, I mean, we're a wonderful area to be, but we've got so many nice things within 4 or 5 hour driving distance.
We got a sneak preview of the few of the lots here, and there's some extremely special lots here, and there's a few lots for sale. Do you think we could talk prices on lots today, show the folks some of the lots that are available?
Yeah, for sure. We've got some open today, so we are going to take a look at some of the lots that are for sale as well as some of the ones that aren't for sale. But our price range here goes anywhere from the 400,000s to the 1 millions. And so we have a broad range and a lot of different things to offer people no matter what price range they might be in. I've got some great properties here today and some great owners that you're going to get to visit with, and they can share some of their stories and some of the things they like about our resort.
I appreciate that. We're going to ask some of the owners some of the hard questions and learn a little more. Now, most of the lots here are owned by owners and occupied owners to my knowledge, but do they ever rent out any of these lots?
You know what? We do have a handful of people that lease them out, but most of them are owner occupied. So, and during any period, it's a good way for people to get to see what we're like without committing. So when you lease here, what we do is a little differently than most places. It's a minimum of 31 nights. So when you lease here, we treat you like an owner. So you have the access to everything that's here, and we want you to stay a little while and get a feel for the neighborhood.
I appreciate that. I like that. Less turnover. And this resort is kept in immaculate condition. So something to be said about people that have a little more invested.
Yeah, that's true.
Awesome. Well, I think the folks on YouTube are in for a treat today. I'm excited to show this resort.
Well, I'm excited for you to show it too.
So we found possibly the nicest motor coach lot on the market in the country right now. Darren, what is the story on this lot?
Well, this property just came on the market, and it is possibly one of the nicest properties you'll find in the entire country. It's priced at $1.25 million, and the features on here are things that you'll never see in any property around the country.
Yeah, we just got a peek. I'm really excited to show the folks on YouTube this property. And you said that 1.25 includes all of the furniture as well?
It does. It includes all of the furnishings that you're going to see inside the property too.
Awesome. Let's walk through here. I've got a lot of questions I want to ask you as well. Now, this has 2 garages, and we've seen different setups on the different lots. Why do some of the lots have 2 garages instead of 1?
Yeah, so when we started, Andrew, they were all basically the same size. So the entire structure is about 1,200 square feet. Of that, about 850 square feet living space, then the balance is made up in a garage. But we had such huge lots here that some of the owners, like this one, decided to expand on our standard size. And so this one built an extra garage, which is important to our guys. We have a lot of car people here. And so he wanted an extra garage. This property has been completely renovated from top to bottom. A lot of ownership have changed them after we built them the way they were, and you're about to see something pretty spectacular.
Really cool touches and design styles on this lot. As we're walking into this lot, I love the indirect lighting here on the raised patio. Absolutely a little slice of paradise back here, and it's very private as well. And we talked about that earlier. Every lot here is private, or how does that work?
It's true. So all of our lots, every single lot is situated around these different water course and kind of park-like settings that we have. We didn't build any backing up to the perimeter streets at all, so they're all quality lots. But also, it was really important to our ownership to have privacy. And so they love get-togethers, they're RV people, so they love gathering. But when they're done with that, they wanted to come back here and have this their own private space. So we have huge hedgerows. The lots are super wide. Their minimum is 60 feet wide. And so you can see, you'll never have a coach hovering over your lot, seeing anything that's going on. So privacy was a big factor for us.
Just lot size in general, these are huge lots. Do you know what the total square footage of
I do. Our average lot is about 7,200 square feet, and that's usually about 60 feet by 120, 130 feet, but they go as far as 9,000, 10,000 square feet on some of them. So lot sizes are huge.
Yeah, you definitely don't feel crammed in at all. You're really not seeing any other motor coaches from this view.
You really can't. If you're going to see across the way, you're trying pretty hard to look at somebody's lot, and it doesn't happen much because we've got a lot of landscaping throughout here. And the next coach is sitting 40 feet away that way, and all the lots are staggered, so the other one is sitting back about 70 feet that way too, so you're never going to have them looking at your lot.
Yes, sir, very tranquil environment. Now I want to look around this particular lot. A lot of value in just the outdoor area out here. I'm seeing a barbecue, this beautiful pool I want to take a look at in a second, but we've got some indoor, would you call this living space? Or?
Yeah, so as we go in here, our indoor and outdoor spaces, and I don't think anybody's done it as well as we have, to be honest with you. So our average owner stays from about 3 to 6 months at a time, and so that's a long time just to be in the coach. And so we wanted to offer them some of the nicest areas outdoors, but then also, as you can see, we offer indoor space.
Now, I saw some sleeping back there. If folks want to have their grandchildren or guests come stay here, is that allowed?
Yeah, one of the other most important factors for us at Desert Shores, beyond the privacy of the lots, is the ability to have guests over. And so they all want their kids, and more importantly, the grandkids, to come visit. If we take a walk this way, you'll be able to see how they're able to accommodate them.
Talking about having the ability to have guests stay here, I've got to talk a little bit about just hotel prices in this area. This is a very exclusive area with all the golf courses, everything going on. I think like even the lower end hotels were $300 or $400 a night, all the way up to over $1,000 a night. So
they are.
This is a lot of value here.
It's a tremendous amount of value, and you're right. So the hotels, if they're not completely booked out anyway, because in the desert we always have a major event, whether it's a men's golf tournament, women's golf tournament. We have one of the biggest tennis tournaments around. So there's always something every weekend, and they're always booked. But the prices of hotels here are outrageous. So to be able to put them up on site, save a few bucks too.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty easy to convince the family to come visit when you got a setup like this.
Well, it's true, and it's not hard to convince people to come to Palm Springs to visit, particularly this time of year with all the blizzards and everything going on elsewhere in the country. But the hard thing is, normally in RV resorts, is to where you're going to put them up at. The fact that you can put them up here is an easy way to get them out.
Have all of your family together with indoor, outdoor living space, close proximity to all of the events. Going through this particular unit here, I've got to point out so many little details that I'm noticing, like I notice in all of the motorhomes, like this ceiling up here with the built-in heaters, all of the indirect lighting, accent lighting around the ceiling. I mean, the fixtures, the huge slider doors here, the high-end tiles. These are the larger, newer tiles.
Yeah, there's a lot of upgrades in this particular property, the large format tiles, and he's just did an array of different things. But in here, the back space here, the outdoor living, is what's really incredible. So this was all a new addition that was added by the owner himself. They raised the flooring so that it's a seamless step from the indoor to the outdoor. It's got a cantilever deck with under-counter lighting. Has an extra bathroom as well, which is really nice because when you're entertaining here at Desert Shores, you're usually doing it out here. And so they can keep the private area private, and then they have a space to use the restroom out there. And of course, all this extra space for entertaining.
Yeah, and I've got to show the folks the extra bathroom out here real quick before we show the rest of the thing. Check out how awesome this is. This is probably one of the most high-end guest bathrooms or outdoor bathrooms. Look at the woodwork on the shower or the tile work. Nice size faucet. I mean, a very high-end bowl sink. This is all the stuff that we see in the $2 million motorhomes. The tiles right here, go all the way up the wall, these huge tiles, and then the doors, you can see this has got to be, is this about an
They're all 8-foot doors.
8-foot doors, so just lots of room. Everything is over the top. You've got an accent wall here. Sorry, Darren, I'm getting so excited. and then I've got to point out all this furniture too. This furniture is included in the 1.25. I bet they're in 6 figures worth of furniture alone here.
Yeah, so at this price, the owner's got every bit of that into it. So it's not like they're walking away with a lot of money. That's the cost to have such a property here.
Well, let's check out the retreat area back here.
So all the properties at Desert Shores have retreats. You've got space to put the kids and grandkids up. So normally what will happen is the owners will stay in their coach, sleep in there. They love their coaches as well. And then they get to put their family or friends up in this space. But it's got a bathroom, has closet space. So they're really comfortable when they stay.
Yeah, check this bathroom out, guys. I love it. We've got the wood chair with that same style of shower with the tile work going all the way up. That huge waterfall style shower head, a separate water closet for your toilet, dual sinks. This is really nice.
And then we have walk-in closets as well. Some of them have wardrobe closets, some of them are walk-in closets, so lots of space.
All that living space, but still a garage back here. Now I gotta ask, is the golf cart included in?
This isn't included.
Okay.
Typically, they're always partial to keep their golf carts here. So
Everything can be negotiated, you never know. Really high-end garage out here. I see the oversized washer and dryer. And are these appliances all included
they
as
are.
well?
It typically includes all the appliances here. This one, it happens to include it, but it's nice that we usually have separate split systems for air conditioning and heating in here as well. So you can keep cars here. A lot of people like to keep a car.
Really high-end cabinets in here, and then 2 very large garages, so you could have 2 cars and a golf cart very comfortably.
Exactly.
Now I'm noticing every lot that we've been to is on water here. Is every lot waterfront here?
Yeah, every single lot is a waterfront location, and they vary with different night lighted fountains or waterfalls or island greens. So every single lot backs up to something very much like what you see here.
And I've been to a lot of RV resorts in Florida, so I got to ask the question: are there alligators in the water here?
You know what? We haven't spotted any yet, but we'll see what happens. Not yet.
I don't think you have to worry about that here in California.
No, we don't. And another thing we don't have here, which a lot of people don't know, but it gets cool enough at night, kills most all of the flying bugs. So we leave these open all day long. We don't have flies from about November through March. Truly, you just keep them open all day long.
Beautiful climate here, and something to be said about not having any bugs as well.
Yeah, it's true. So our average temperature is probably 75 degrees through most of our winter time, and so it's ideal weather. And then even in the evening times when it gets a little bit chillier, you'll see all these different heaters that we have. We've got natural gas throughout the resorts. We've got fire pits and all kinds of different things for ambiance as well as to keep it a little bit warmer.
Awesome. Well, I want to ask you some more questions about the resort, the clubhouse, the facilities and amenities. Do you think you'd show us around a little more?
Yeah, for sure.
So we found some of the owners here at Desert Shores, Lauren and Roxanne. Beautiful lot you have here. Why did you choose to purchase here at Desert Shores?
Well, we love Palm Springs for one thing. We used to come down for conferences and things and checked out a few other resorts, and we just love the villa that we have. We have room for guests. We have a lot of visitors from North Dakota.
I think originally it was probably the weather. I mean, the weather is just perfect. Upper 60s, 70s, pretty much all winter. No wind like this, no bugs. The view here, it's absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's probably about -50 back in North Dakota right
With
now.
the wind
It
chill,
is.
it's
It is,
freezing cold,
actually.
yeah.
At this level, there's a lot of different Motorcoach resorts out there, and Desert Shores is one of the most elite in the world. What else about Desert Shores caused you to choose this resort over other resorts?
We looked at pretty much all the resorts actually in the Palm Springs area. And when we were in looking at one of them, the guy said, maybe have you looked at Desert Shores yet? And we hadn't even heard of it, honestly. We just took a drive over here, drove in, fell in love with it the minute we drove in. The space, 141 spots in a pretty big area, so you got big lots, lots of privacy, lake, the views, ability to expand your villa fairly significantly. It's just perfect when we saw it.
What are some of your favorite things to do here in the area?
We've been concert goers forever. Like he said, pick this spot because we loved everything about it. Well, then we find out there's all kinds of concerts constantly. We go to a couple concerts a month here. So
Nice.
we love that. And we're just on the other side of Coachella, Stagecoach.
Empire Polo Grounds right here to the south, where they have the Coachella Music Fest, Stagecoach Music Fest, the polo matches, which are kind of cool actually too over there. So yeah, we just found it's really centrally located to a lot of different areas, and so it works really well. We also like to head over to the coast actually, go over to some of the professional sports games over there, up to Vegas, which is a pretty short jaunt up there too. We go up there quite frequently. So it's just a great location. You can get to a lot of different places and events.
With hotel prices during Coachella and the music festivals, I could see a lot of value in being right here. So
we've got a couple relatives that come down every year for it. So
yeah, it's literally a 15-minute walk.
Yep.
There's a lot of folks out there on YouTube that are considering purchasing a lot. Is there any advice that you would have for someone thinking about getting into the RV lifestyle or purchasing a Motorcoach lot?
I think really think about what it is that you want to do. If you like a lot of activities, a lot of events, great place for that. I have a motorcycle that I ride, so I like riding up to Idlewild up there through the mountains, through the mountain pass. We like wine, so we head down to Temecula, which is about an hour and a half drive down there. They got great places that you can park your RV down there too if you want to go down there. So I think really thinking about what it is that you like to do and what kind of things that you see yourself doing in the future.
When we first started retiring, we were going to travel for a while in the motorhome. When we got down here, we went back and said we bought a place. So that's how quickly it just fell into place.
Now, there's definitely a lot to do here in the area, but what do you do here at the resort for fun?
Well, if you want to call it fun, we enjoy, and first thing in the morning, we like to go for our walk, and they have a great fitness center here. So we do that gets us going, and they have lots of functions going on, whether it's for holidays or Super Bowl parties, get-togethers.
Yeah.
So happy hours.
Absolutely.
Everyone has a golf cart. We sometimes will drive around the golf carts doing our visiting and stuff like that.
Appreciate you sharing that with us, but do you think we could take a quick look around your lot here?
Sure,
You bet.
absolutely.
So starting outside here, a lot of living area.
Got a hot tub, pool, nice bar right there. We added that on. Around the corner is an outdoor bathroom, so we don't have to trail through the villa to use the facilities in there.
The patio particularly, we added the shutters and shades. So even if it is a little cool in the evening, we can pull the shutters or shades down, turn the heat on, and you got kind of indoor-outdoor living right there.
And so this is beautiful. Really opens up from the outside patio bar area. And you want to show us around your crib?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
Main kitchen right here. We use our outdoor kitchen a lot more than this. Comfortable living area here. Great views from everywhere. And have our shades on our motorhome open, and then we're quite protected from the sun if it gets hot.
This was pretty much this way when we moved in. We didn't really change anything in here too much other than maybe a few odds and ends, repainted and some of those things. But basically this is the way the casita was when we moved in on this part of it. One of the nice things obviously with the Motorcoach Resort that most don't have is a garage. We kind of like the garage.
I saw something on your lot that I'm a little curious about here behind this door over here.
Oh yeah, this is our suite that we added actually. So
For all our company, they start coming tonight actually.
I'm glad we made it here before they moved in.
So we added this about a year ago, give or take. Had it built from the ground up. This was all just landscape.
Own
here.
entrance, come and go as they want. A little kitchenette for them. Got their own little bathroom here. Full-size king bed in here. Plenty of storage.
We kind of kept the same style as the other casitas with the windows and everything and the archways, and so it all kind of tied together with the other part.
Do you know how many square feet just this addition is?
This is 675. That was kind of one of the points I was making earlier about the ability to expand your casita villa out a little bit. So I think you can actually get up to about 2,400 square feet all total with the roof line, all the way around. So I think originally we were at about 1,200 square feet, and then when we added the patio and this and all that, I think we're pretty close to 2,400 square feet now.
Now I've got to ask, construction sometimes can be a little bit stressful. There's folks out there that you're probably giving them some ideas when they see this, and there's some lots that are still pretty reasonable where someone could purchase them and do something custom like what you've done here. Now, how did you choose the contractors to do this?
Our contractor, when we first moved down here in 2020, we actually met a guy that did some work in the resort here, and we were actually referred to him. And so the first year we were down here, we had him do some work like the driveway and the patio.
Back there.
We did some of the outdoor kitchen back then, and so we liked the guys. nice guy. And then 2 years ago, we decided to do this or start on this. We just use the same contractor. So there's probably maybe three main contractors that do this kind of work here in the area. They all seem like they do pretty good work, I guess.
And how was that experience having that done?
I thought it was fine.
I don't like starting stuff from scratch. I want to pick something to move in, but now I'm glad we did it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It always takes a little bit more time than what you think. We got done in February, March last year.
As our son said after he came and saw and stayed here, he goes, "I'd be moving into this side rather than that side."
It's
really nice.
It turned out nice, and guests love it.
They do their own thing if they want, or we always tell them the door's open, walk right in when you're ready.
That's really nice having the garage in between so everyone has their own separate living space.
And a lot of them that have added on don't have the door, but we kind of like that,
And a lot of them actually do
garage.
the other way around, where they'll take the garage out and move the garage out here and then do the suite in here. We like the actual separation, like you were saying, so you can feel like, if people come and kind of just want to do their own thing, they can do their own thing. They can take one of the cars and go and do whatever.
Well, really cool. I really appreciate you showing us around here. I know you've got a lot going on, so thanks for taking the time. And this lot is not for sale. Appreciate you showing it.
Well, it depends on the price.
Hey,
Maybe next year or two.
You never know. You'll have to keep an eye out for this one coming on the market someday.
Depends on how many zeros.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we found another lot that is available here, a totally different style than some of the other lots we've seen. What's going on here, Derek?
It is. This one's been renovated recently, but it started off a little bit more of a modern style pool, which is a nice look, but it's got fountains coming out as well. It has fire pots out there, so it really lights up beautifully in the back.
Yeah, beautiful setup that they did here. Now, do you know how much money this lot is available for?
I do. This one's just been put on the market and it's priced at $749.
What are some of the features on this lot?
Well, you know what? This one has a beautiful backyard, really lots of entertaining space. It's been renovated on the inside, so it's remodeled. It's just a beautiful property.
Oh, you think we can take a look inside?
Yeah, absolutely.
I noticed that this looks like stamped concrete was recently done as well.
It's true. It's a patterned concrete and it was recently restained. And we have a lot of concrete with the coach pads and everything, so it's nice when they dress them up a little bit like he's done here.
Yeah, well, coming into the outdoor living area here, it looks like there are sunscreens here that will come down.
There are. So it has sunshades all the way around on this property, and it's nice for a couple reasons. It gives you a little break from the sun when you want to bring it down a little bit in the afternoon, but also when you drop these down at the evening time, even some of our chillier nights, maybe 50 degrees with the heaters and everything, and you put those down, it really keeps it 70, 75 degrees outside, and you're able to extend your entertaining hours a lot. This particular property, when you come inside, has been remodeled. So it's a brand new kitchen, brand new flooring. They did a brand new bathroom in here as well. So it's just a pretty look. Nice white quartz countertops, new cabinetry.
Beautiful cabinets. I love the waterfall countertop there. Looks like a nice little fireplace cutout, a little cutout for the TV, and such a long driveway here. Is this a double or a single garage?
Well, all of our garages are set up to be 1.5 stall garages.
Oh, okay.
So we have room for a car as well as a golf cart. So even when the coach is on the lot, you'll see all this extra space that we have. So you can park 3, 4 extra cars on the lot.
Wow.
In addition to the garage space too.
And then this area up front here, you have a nice yard here. Now, I would not want to obstruct the view of the neighbor's Lamborghini, but is there anything else that could be done with this area, or is that?
Yeah, you can. So this is a standard size building that we started with, but with all of this excess space that we have in the front yards, a lot of people, like the one next door as a matter of fact, they've expanded this out. So you can add an extra garage or another guest suite as well. So we have all this excess space in which to build if you prefer to do that.
So if someone wanted to update this, like some of the lots we've seen today, that could be done.
It could be, yeah. So the interior was redone on this one, some of the exterior as well. And the association and the board here, they're all kind of the mindset that, listen, if the city allows you to do it, then who are we to keep you from doing it? And so they just want to make sure it's all new construction is in keeping with the rest of the community. And as long as it doesn't affect the neighborhood or your neighbor in a negative way, then they're say go for it.
Yeah, and one of the things I'm noticing out here is just, how much room you have, but then with this being a perimeter lot, you've got the hedge, just keeps everything nice and private here. And so we caught up with some of the board members here. Joe and Diane, how are you doing today?
Good. Thanks, Andrew, for coming.
Yeah, my pleasure. So you're on the board here at Desert Shores, and there's a lot of questions I want to ask you. But first, how long have you been here at Desert Shores, and why did you choose to purchase here?
We've been here
4 years.
Just over 4 years.
Yeah, just over 4 years. We bought right before COVID, which worked out to be a great decision. It was a great place to hang over those times. And since then, fall in love with a lot of the attributes of Desert Shores. For instance, one of the things we really like about the space here is the fact that we have space between our neighbors. We have space in front and back. I've got plenty of space in the driveway to park a full-size, 45-foot Motorcoach, space for a bunch of cars. If I want to expand, I can do that in the casita. We've got some new ARC architectural guidelines. In fact, Diane was the author of them, which provide the owner the ability to understand exactly what they can and can't do. So we have consistency within the community itself. But now the owners can understand and know where they can expand, where they can make the casita a little bit different than what they got, or a little bit different than their neighbor, but yet it's still a consistent experience without the community. So
yeah, and I'll jump in because one of the things that really drove us here were two things. One, we have a dog. We can fence our property. I don't know of any other RV parks where, and we've been all over the country multiple times in our bus, where we can have a fenced yard like this. So that is just really nice. And not just a tiny little fenced yard, a yard with a pool and room for the dogs. And secondly, this place, everybody has a casita. So everybody starts with a structure and then you can modify it how you want, like Joe mentioned. But really that's what's nice, is there aren't some lots that are undeveloped and some lots that are developed. Everybody has the privacy of their structure, the hedges in between the properties, and it makes it more like a home than an RV lot.
Definitely very tranquil here, very peaceful. Now you also mentioned too having a stacker trailer, easy parking for that as well.
yeah, so the HOA has set aside, when they originally laid out the grounds, they set aside some spaces over near the entrance where there's plenty of space for parking all kinds of trailers and whatnot. We have some rules around what we can park there. A lot of people do bring a trailer, either a flatbed trailer with an extra car they can't tow on the ground, or a big stacker with all their toys and fun things. Park it over there for the season. It's yours.
Free.
It's free. Yeah, we don't get into the complexities of that. So that's super helpful. But the fact that the driveway itself is so huge. I've got a full-size 45-foot coach. Behind that, I have 2 cars. I still have space for additional cars. I've got a garage where I can put a car in, or a golf cart. And lots of my toys and stuff. I leave it there for the season when I'm gone. I'm super flexible. One of the other things, Angie, you asked about why I like Desert Shores. One of the things that I really like, and traveling the country made me think about this, was a lot of places we would go to and it was hard to get into, or hard to get to, or it was way off the interstate. Desert Shores is very close to the Interstate 10, all tied into the whole freeway network system. It's easy to get here. It's flat roads, wide open spaces. The community itself is Coachella Valley. It's got all your big box stores. It's got all your shopping, Lowe's, Home Depot right down the street. You name it, it's got it. Tons of restaurants. You go up to Palm Springs for culture. In fact, last night we were at the Palm Springs Film Festival, International Film Festival. Saw a really cool movie right down the street. So all those cultural experiences, the shopping experiences.
Don't forget about the sports. New hockey arena. Not that I'm into hockey, but I'm into tennis. And we have one of the world-class tennis tournaments here.
Indian Wells.
Other than the U.S. Open in New York, we have Indian Wells. We also have smaller tournaments during the year.
And you bike over to it.
Yeah.
It's close enough for that kind of thing. Acrisure Arena, it's got the soccer team. Or
Hockey,
excuse me.
Yeah,
Soccer.
I'm a big. I grew up playing ice hockey, so this is the first I've heard of this. What's going on?
A year ago, if you can believe it, right here in the desert, they built Acrisure Arena, and everyone was always wondering what are they going to do with it. They put in 2 hockey rings in there, so they now have the Firebirds team that plays there, and they did really great last year. I think this year that's going to be a tough year to live up to what they did last year.
They have a huge following, though.
So it's a semi-pro hockey team?
Yeah.
I love semi-pro hockey games. I'm going to have to put that on my bucket list next time I visit.
And then they also have tons of concerts. The list of entertainers they've had there is just mind-boggling.
And I heard a rumor that this lot is actually on the market.
Rumor is true. That is true. Diane and I are moving to another chapter of our lives and doing some things differently, and so we've decided to move on from this place.
Coaching, not from this place.
You think you could show us around a little bit around your lot here?
Let's do that. So this is obviously our outdoor space where we hang out. We play a lot of games out here and have a lot of fun. We entertain. It's funny because indoors we have less space for dinner guests than we do out here. We sit at this table and we entertain 6, sometimes 8 people out here. Or if it's that casual, we just say, finger food, sit wherever you want.
This is a really good entertaining yard. We hosted a lot of parties here.
We had a party a couple years ago. We had about 50 people here, and I thought, oh my God.
No one fell in the pool.
We won't talk about that.
Yeah, and I see some heaters out here too if it cools off in the evening, and then you got a beautiful pool and hot tub with the waterfall there. Did you have that built, or?
No, the property came with that. But you talked about the heaters, and the other thing most of the casinos have is the ability to roll down shades and sort of create a little bit of a cozy space when it does get a little cooler.
So we have those screens. They're up there in the header.
And then the misters. To get a little too warm, you pop on the misters in the summer, and it cools it off and makes it really very comfortable. And, when it gets warm weather, one of our favorite things is about 3 o'clock, make a gin and tonic, come out here, turn on the music, turn on the pool, jump in our floaties, and we float around. It's sort of the fun thing. We float around between the sun spot and the shade spot. Depends on whether you want more warmth or less warmth. It's paradise. It really is.
Beautiful outside living area here. But do you think we could take a look inside here?
Let's do that.
So how many square feet is indoors here?
Indoors, total of 1,200 square feet, 850 in the living space, and another 350 in the garage. It's like a garage and a half.
It feels a lot bigger than that because the tall ceilings, the taller doors. Looks like 8-foot doors here.
That's a good point, Andrew. Desert Shores was built in phases, and what that means is that some of the earlier phases have a little bit different architectural feel to them. The ceilings aren't quite as high, the doors aren't as high, so there's a little difference. So when you think about the people that are considering buying, those are some of the things to consider also. One of the things we really like though is if you look over here, you see that your coach is right here.
Yeah.
So whether you decide to sleep in your coach or you decide to have dinner there, or however you want to integrate those two together, some people say, I'm done coaching, I want to just live in the casita for a while. Some people use this as for only entertainment, and they live, eat, sleep, everything in the coach. That's some neat flexibility in around that space. So yeah, you got your basic kitchen.
We actually eat a lot here, actually, when we have just another couple.
This is game table.
And it's our game table.
Yeah, this is our game table. This is where we play a lot of games.
Love the style of that with the hammered copper
Yeah.
too. Very cool. As we're going through this, can I ask you how much this site is listed for right now?
$675.
Yeah.
So $675. There's other lots in here over $1 million, so a lot of value here. Does that include the furniture?
Furniture is negotiable into that if someone wants it. Yes.
I like it. I like it.
So in here we have an interesting room. Some people call it a bedroom. Some people call it a sitting room. Some people turn this into just like an office, sleep in their coach. A lot of flexibility on how one uses this space. We get a little crowded in here, but you got your basic bathroom. Some of the bathrooms are a little bit more expansive. Some have 2 sinks. Some have different shower arrangements. There's a couple different floor plans here at Desert Shores, so that's something to consider too for a potential buyer.
It's still a very large, you said it's not as spacious, but still this is a very large bathroom. You still have very tall ceilings and a very large shower here. Still a lot of living space here.
Yeah. And then one of the nicest things about the Desert Shores is the garage. You can easily put a full-size car in here. We've chosen just the golf cart for now. Besides the golf cart, you can see that I've got my bicycles. I'm a big avid bicyclist. We're really both into golfing big time, so we got our golf equipment and workout equipment. I've got storage over here. Tons of space that I could do flexible things with. And I think that's really important because a lot of people say, oh, well, here's our casita, and yeah, there's a kitchen in it or something like that. But what many people lack when they're living in the RV world is the space for their stuff. There's only so much you can put in the coach.
It's nice to be able to just put your car into the garage and keep it clean as well.
Some people turn this into an office, so there's a lot of flexibility.
Now notice you've got an oversized washer and dryer, beautiful cabinets here as well. Are all the appliances included in that sale price?
Yes, they are. Absolutely. The only thing that's not included is my clothing. So we're gonna,
and his bicycles.
And my bicycle, of course. My bicycle.
So I've got to ask, is there any advice that you would have for someone thinking about purchasing a lot here at Desert Shores, or just getting into the Motorcoach lifestyle?
Yeah, so getting into the Motorcoach lifestyle, I think, besides the coach itself, what you buy is where you park it. And not everybody wants to be on the road all the time. Some people, like a lot of us, want to sort of like part of that year, just go someplace and place and then take side trips from it. Desert Shores is one of the most wonderful places to do that because the flexibility you have of the casita itself, the space to park your tools and your toys and whatnot you have, the community itself is incredible. Diane, anything you want to add on the...
Well, your question, Andrew, was what do you want to consider when looking at a property here in Desert Shores?
Yes.
The size of your yard, what you want to do with the yard, whether you want a pool or not. Most of us have pools, but not everyone. Whether you want to view the San Jacinto Mountain and Santa Rosa Mountains, or whether you want to see waterfalls and or fountains. Those are things that drove us, and the fence. Whether you want a fence or you can put a fence in for your pets, which is awesome.
Yeah, I love your lot here with all of these waterfalls. It's so tranquil, and we're not seeing other motor coaches, very private. a really beautiful lot you have here.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Andrew. We
Andrew.
really enjoyed it.
I think we have a star of the show that's been taking over. Dessa here is definitely going to be popular with the viewers. On that note, I've got to ask, are there any breed restrictions here at Desert Shores?
No. In fact, speaking of dogs, we've got this wonderful dog park just right down the street. It's fully fenced. It's all grass. It's maintained by the city, ironically, because it's technically swale land, which means if there's some kind of storms, a lot of rain, that's where the water can get dumped to make sure that, they don't bother the community. But that doesn't rain that here very often, and so we pretty much use that space as a dog park year round. It's wonderful. It's about a 5-minute walk. Great community gathering space for all the dog owners, and we get together. We used to have a get together every Sunday morning, and we dog happy hour, and boy, it was wild. It was a lot of fun.
It's all about the dogs.
Gosh, that's for sure.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think Dessa's taking a liking to Eli, our camera guy
Yes.
here. But anything else that you think is important information for folks to consider when thinking about purchasing a lot here at Desert Shores?
I think, think about direction your lot would face, your choice, and that includes whether you want morning sun or evening sun. Those are good considerations. There is some end lots which have a little bit more space, but there's not very many of those. That's a consideration.
But there are no perimeter lots, and I think
Yeah,
that's what
good
we're
point,
referring
good
to.
point.
Every lot, whether it's east or west facing, is on a green space, open space. And this is not a golf course. This is just serene, quiet green space with fountains and waterfalls. A lot of privacy, nobody walking behind you.
As far as considerations go for people looking to buy, I think one of the things to keep in mind is Desert Shores is more than just a house on a piece of land with a parking spot. It's a lifestyle. And what you get here is you're joining a community which is all focused around Motorcoach lifestyle. Whether you do it full-time, you do it part-time, you come here point, you travel out, whatever that choice is, there's that commonality here. And everybody, we get together for our happy hours, we get together for our pickleball events. We had one yesterday. You go down to the dog park to socialize with other dog owners, you have that commonality of the coach lifestyle. Be in an environment like this where it's very comfortable, very easy to drop your coach, get out of your coach, live an outdoor lifestyle with a pool if that's your choice. It's paradise. It's really great here.
Well, thank you for taking the time to show us your lot. A great opportunity for someone. I know you've got a lot of fun stuff to do today, so
Well, in fact, I'm a little late for a bike ride with a buddy, too.
And I'm going to
so-
work at the tennis garden, so.
Awesome. Well, enjoy your
Andy,
day. Thanks again.
Thank you. Really
Andrew,
enjoyed it.
thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. We found a beautiful Newell coach on this lot. Let's take a quick look inside here. We actually found one of our favorite guests of the channel, Phil Cornelius. How you doing, sir?
Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. I was not expecting to see you today at Desert
Yes,
Shores, but
yeah.
what's going on?
We enjoy being a partner with Desert Shores on a lot of events down here. It's a lifestyle that we're all enjoying here, and so we do a lot of things with Desert Shores. It's an awesome place, as you've probably seen with the bigger lots and the quietness, and then they've got all kind of activities that again we'll help sponsor.
Always great to see you here, and we actually have a video that we filmed at the Newell Coach Factory a few weeks ago that's going to be dropping on one of your pre-owned coaches soon, so
Yes,
that'll be something for the folks to look forward. But if they need a place to park their Newell Coach, you definitely recommend Desert Shores?
Desert Shores has got some unique features that you just won't find anywhere else.
Absolutely. Well, Phil, I know you're a busy man. Thank you for your time, sir. Always good to see you.
Good to see you, Andrew.
Likewise.
Take care.
Thank you. We found some owners here at Desert Shores, Gary, Susan, and Aussie. You've owned at other resorts in the past. What made you choose to buy here at Desert Shores?
I think we wanted some more space and a better view.
Not just that, there are less build-outs in here, so you really get to know your neighbor really well.
True. One of the great benefits of Desert Shores is that the casitas all come with a garage, which we haven't had in any previous locations we've been at. So this is really fun. As you'll see later, we'll show you where we can store our toys and our tools.
Not to mention the water view. Everybody has this gorgeous lakeside view.
Now, you made some big improvements to this lot since you purchased it. What was it like before you bought it, and what caused you to make all these improvements?
Well, it was about 22 years old, and it was a solid building, but it just was really dated. So we decided that we were going to change the whole look of it. You know, sliding doors, we went for much bigger sliding doors. The stucco was all rough, and we smoothed out the stucco and rechanged the kitchen, and it just came out to be our place. You know, we made it ours, and it's working out great.
Now, what are some of the stuff that draws you to this area of Indio, I know there's a lot going on here, but what do you enjoy doing in the area here?
Great restaurants nearby, very close. Concerts.
Shopping.
Shopping is great. There's actually going to be a soccer tournament here just around the corner, and our kids are coming out to view that. And
Pickleball? Lots of pickleball.
Hiking is phenomenal here, and
cycling as well.
And you can't beat the weather. No humidity, no bugs.
Very comfortable.
Absolutely, and this is a beautiful. Oh, hey, Aussie. And it's dog friendly as well.
Dog friendly.
Extremely dog friendly.
Now I want to show the folks around your awesome coach house here.
Thank you.
But before we do that, can I ask if there's any advice that you would have for someone thinking about getting into the Motorcoach lifestyle or purchasing a lot here at Desert Shores?
Good question.
There's a clubhouse here, and there's lots of events, a great community, very dog friendly. There's a dog park right around the corner. There always seems to be something going on. If you have guests, you could stay in your motorhome, and you can have people stay in your casita, or vice versa.
It's just a very unique lifestyle that you wouldn't enjoy any other way. I mean, we discovered this 8 years ago, this type of lifestyle, and it's just been awesome. It does take a certain amount of maintenance to maintain the coach and a certain amount of maintenance to maintain the property. For us, it's well worth it.
Well, do you think we could show the folks on YouTube around your coach house here?
Love to do that.
Totally.
You know, this is a beautiful outdoor area.
Thank you.
And I see Aussie's looking to go out in the area back there. Beautiful tile work. Did you have all of this to be done as well?
We did. 3,600 square feet. We redid the whole driveway. The driveway had a ramp on it previously. Bus wasn't going to fit on it properly. The tag wheels would have been hanging off, so we leveled it and then just tiled the whole area.
Yeah, you did an amazing job. Now, is this pool all new and hot tub new as well?
The pool was existing, but we just did the coping and we just updated it. It was in pretty good shape, so we didn't have to mess too much with the pool. Some of the equipment, yes, but not the pool.
I would have thought it was brand new.
Thank you.
And then walking back here a little bit, is this where Aussie can go play out here?
She can.
Yes, she can.
She can.
Just beautiful waterfalls, water features.
And it's great separation between the neighbors and us. Previous places we've lived, they're much, much closer together, both this way width-wise and distance. We don't really look into their lots. They don't really look into ours. A lot of privacy.
Very well laid out, but like inside of your coach house here, something to get excited about. Can we take a look in there?
Absolutely.
Really bringing in the outside living space indoors. What's all going on in here?
So this is our main living area. Just redid the kitchen completely, and this is our living room. This was actually where the fireplace was. There was no door and TV, and we've just restructured the whole thing. We blew this out about 2 feet, and it's...
That was a glass sliding door there.
Yes, it was. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was a glass sliding door, so we turned it into an entertainment wall. We sleep on our coach, so it's like going upstairs to the bedroom, but this living space is during the daytime when we're awake, and we just go back to the coach to sleep on it. When we're here, the coach is just our bedroom.
Yeah, definitely a really nice living space. Now you got some more stuff going on back here as well. A different floor plan than we've seen in any of the other coach houses.
Right.
I love the barn style door there. Very cool.
Made truly in Montana. This is our den / bedroom area. So when we have guests,
They'll
that's a
sleep
sleeper
here.
couch and
Office space.
We need a little office space over here. I mean, the space is optimal in this kind of a unit, so you make the best you can. And then we have a full bathroom over here.
Beautiful woodwork around those mirrors.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We changed all the systems in here to split air units. It used to be central air, much more efficient. Took out the heating system. In the old days, they felt they needed to heat, but if you've been up north, this is not cold down here. This is great weather, so we didn't need a heating system. It's just the split air units. And then in here we have my favorite room, the garage, places to put your toys and your tools.
And your bikes.
Most importantly, how to keep in good shape.
Absolutely,
right. Andrew, do a few.
Oh, shoot, I don't know. I can tell you've been working hard. I love seeing all this. So.
We put some beautiful palm trees in here that didn't exist before we did it. So.
And took out all the grass.
Took out all the grass, which we got paid for, by the way. The local community wants to save water, so we had, I don't know, a couple thousand square feet of grass, and they paid us to take it out. They're trying to save money, and grass takes water. So you'll see some of these folks have artificial grass. In our case, we went with a desert landscape theme. We figure we're in the desert, we might as well look like it. And we brought these trees in. And I used to be in the agriculture business, so the landscaper let me go out and pick the trees.
Well, I really appreciate you showing us around this beautiful lot. Now, is there any other advice that you might have for folks thinking about getting into the RV lifestyle?
It's a trip of a lifetime. That's all I can say.
It's a great lifestyle.
It's a great lifestyle.
You get to meet wonderful people.
We've met the most amazing people in our lives doing this. We continue to do it because it's so much fun, and you do it as long as you can. So, yeah. Good luck.
Absolutely. Well, thanks again. I know we're cutting into Aussie's playtime there, so we'll let you get back to enjoying this beautiful afternoon, but we really appreciate you showing us around.
Thank you. Thanks for coming by.
Here's another really nice special lot. Beautiful pool, hot tub with a huge waterfall. What's the story on this lot?
You know what? This is a spectacular property. It's got beautiful views, great setting. I love the waterfall coming into the spa. Tremendous overhang on it as well. This one's got a really great price on it. This is $585,000. So you can see you get a lot for your money here too.
Yeah, a lot of bang for the buck for sure, especially with the structure here. So this has got the garage, the coach house.
Has the full casita with the retreat, the kitchen great room, and the full garage too.
There's a lot going on up here by the clubhouse. I see a pool. I've heard a lot of the owners talk about how nice the fitness facility is. What's going on out here?
The hub is right around this area. So we have the clubhouse here. We have the community pool and spa. We've got a tennis court to the side. We have pickleball over there as well, far away from all the units. We've got this fitness room that just got set up with all new equipment and everything recently. Here's somebody coming out right now. So it's a nice size, and we just brought in all new equipment. So this is all new this summer. We got the rubberized floor in here as well and all new equipment. So this is a popular space for people to come.
So you mentioned the buddy lots, and we see a few lots up front by the entrance here. What's going on here?
Yeah, so the buddy pads, they're set there for owners can reserve them for their friends for about 3 to 5 nights, but it's so hard to find a place to rent anymore for short term or in short notice. So it's just a wonderful place for people to do it in last minute notice.
Now this is an extremely important area of the resort. We've got the clubhouse behind us, but more importantly, behind that door is Darren's office, the sales office. So if you want to buy a lot, that's where you're going to go to meet Darren. But let's take a look inside of the clubhouse here. There's a lot going on. What's going on in here, sir?
Yeah, so this is our clubhouse. So we have probably several big events a year where we have the band and all catered affair. But this is where we were able to gather pretty much the entire club at one time.
Yeah, nice stage area over there.
Yeah, we have the stage area. Of course, we bring in all the furnishings and they decor it out totally different if it's a themed night or something. We've got a big kitchen for the caterers, bar area here. And then off of this back space, we have a little bit more intimate gatherings. We have kind of a library setting over here.
Looks like we know what they like to do around here. They've been having a good time here. Yeah, bottles have been popped here.
That's true. Wine's a big thing, right? And so in this space, in the owner's lounge, a little bit more intimate gathering. We've got a lot of cards, a lot of billiards, watching Super Bowl, that sort of stuff happens in this room.
A very nice area. And then back out on the patio here.
Yeah, so of course when we have our events, all of these doors are wide open and we have the events are indoors and outdoors as well because we have a beautiful backdrop with the waterfall.
Darren, it's been an amazing day checking out this incredible resort. I really appreciate you showing us around. Now, if someone's a serious and qualified buyer and want to purchase a lot here at Desert Shores, who can they get a hold of?
You know what? The best thing they should do is probably visit our website, which is desertshoresresort.com. Then of course they can call me direct, which is 760-775-9808. And thank you, Andrew, for coming out too. Sure appreciate it.
Yep, my pleasure.
Fun showing you around.
Yeah, my pleasure. Also greatly appreciate all of you out there subscribing to the channel. We hope you're all having a great day. Thanks again.
Thanks everybody for watching the video, and hopefully we'll be able to meet up sometime soon.
Desert Shores is more than just a house on a piece of land with a parking spot. It's a lifestyle.
We've met the most amazing people in our lives doing this because it's so much fun.
We just took a drive over here, drove in, fell in love with it the minute we drove in. Just perfect when we saw it.